Hey guys, it's January 2nd, and I'm here to talk to you today about the fiscal cliff. So, the fiscal cliff is a pretty recent event of which the contributors of Wikipedia says is the economic effects that will result from tax increases, spending cuts, and a corresponding reduction in the US budget deficit. So let's first get something out of the way, the difference between the debt and the deficit. So, the deficit is basically the amount we spend as a nation every year over what we take in. So the United States deficit for the year of 2012 was about $1.1 trillion. And that wasn't so bad considering that 2011 was $1.3 trillion. But it is wildly insane actually if you think that we have to pay that money back to the people we borrowed it from. Now, the debt is the total amount the federal government has borrowed and spent over what it has taken in. So with all the taxes collected, this is the amount we spend. That number is currently $16.4 trillion. Just put that in a little perspective, that amount of money could buy every person on this planet about 900 Happy Meals. So the fiscal cliff was created by Congress to force themselves to reduce the annual budget deficit and stop the debt from growing. A big part of that was a forced cut in spending. Now everyone knows there's only two ways to pay down your credit cards: to stop spending so much and to start paying even more. Well, the only way to pay more is to tax more, and nobody wants to pay more. Poor people don't have anything, and the rich, they have everything. And there aren't a lot of them, so they lose. But I think the IRS can only get like $600 billion off them in the next 10 years. So that basically means that taxes will eventually rise for everyone, more so for the rich. The government also needs to stop spending so much money, which will definitely hurt someone somehow. Now some people say we can't do this because it'll hurt the economy. People won't have money to spend because they're paying higher taxes, and the government won't be spending as much money because they can't borrow any money. Others say if the government gets their act together, this economy will take off because there is a lot of money just waiting to invest in things. But I suspect that it'll be a bit of both. So I think these government officials who get paid to do this stuff and who have many people working for them can actually solve a deal out. But it turns out no one wants to talk to the other party, and nobody wants to talk to the president. So Joe Biden has to come in and break up the fight between these two parties. So instead of actually doing what they set out to do, they decided not to cut any spending, figure out more ways to spend money, and to raise taxes on people making over $450,000. Many Republicans aren't happy, obviously, because nothing got cut and taxes are going up anyway. But they can't do anything about it instead of raising taxes for everybody. So no one gets reelected that way. Democrats aren't happy because they wanted to push out any decisions on spending cuts for 2 years and instead only got 2 months. Unbelievable. Unbelievable is definitely the right word. Actually, no. There's another word that fits this: procrastination. A link for procrastination is hopefully below. So, the question that I personally am asking is that since the fiscal cliff was miraculously patched together in such a short time, will it actually benefit the USA? News stations are actually saying that the deal will continue to increase the United States debt. So yes, the government who is trying to help us ended up possibly putting us in even a worse situation. And I hear that we're going to face this again in 2 months because of the debt ceiling. So it looks like this isn't a fiscal cliff, more like a fiscal bungee jump. So there's your fiscal cliff in a nutshell. If you noticed any errors I made, please put them in the comments section. Also in the comments, leave any good video ideas that you have. I would really like to hear them. I hope you liked my first video ever. Please thumbs up if you liked it or if you learned anything new. Thank you for watching, and DFTBA. I would also like to say thank you to my dad, who helped me out a lot with most of the statistics and the situation that was going on.